Chapter 10, Penetration. The ninja devised 5 basic techniques for breaking into the enemy camp, according to Okusei. The first, Nyukyo no Jitsu, or invasion, meant that the ninja always went to special pains to select the proper timing for entering the enemy camp. For example, when most of the enemy's forces were away fighting somewhere, or the first couple of days after setting up camp. In the latter instance, the ninja took advantage of the fact that the enemy didn't get properly organized until after a few days. Another opportune time to sneak into the enemy stronghold was on the night the enemy arrived from a long, tedious journey or the night following a day-long battle. Other timely moments for slipping through enemy defenses coincided with cooking and meal times, taking care of the horses, getting ready to bed down for the night, or preparing for a night raid or early morning attack. Choice times were also the night after the enemy launched a successful night attack, or after he had won a battle, since he would be exuding confidence and therefore would be relaxed, his guard down. A night when a strong wind was blowing was also propitious for invading the camp, as well as a rainy, snowy, foggy, or moonless night, just after a serious accident had occurred in the camp. By the same token, the ninja would refrain, whenever possible, from making any attempt at entering the enemy camp on ordinary moonlit nights or when the enemy was expecting an attack and was therefore on special alert. A time of activity was also preferred to a period of quiet. The best time for a ninja to sneak into the villa compound or house of an enemy lord would be the night after some special daytime ceremony, such as a wedding or a birthday, the night after a member of the family had recovered from an illness, just after a serious accident or a family death, a stormy night, or a night when a fire or some unusual accident had occurred near the house. Discovering a weak place in the defense of the camp, castle, or villa of the enemy was called Monomi no Jitsu. The ideal place would be on the opposite side of any busy place, such as a kitchen, dining room, or storeroom. The ninja aimed at breaking into the back entrance, an empty room, an empty guest room, or toilet. The same principle would be applied when trying to sneak into an enemy encampment or castle. Blind spot. Another tactic used in sneaking into the enemy camp was for the ninja to take advantage of a weak or blind spot in the psychological makeup of a guard. Nyudaki no Jitsu. The da in Nyudaki means idleness, and ki means a dislike for being industrious. Da-ki, idleness, and a dislike for being industrious. A ninja thus attempted to discover a guard's shortcomings, laziness, stupidity, etc. A similar tactic, called Yoji Gakure no Jitsu, symbolically used a toothpick. The ninja approached a guard from the rear and threw a yoji, or toothpick, over his head to draw his attention. When the guard went to examine the slight noise, the ninja slipped past him. Actually, the ninja used any small object to distract a guard's attention, such as a pebble or a tiny metal sliver, but such a simple trick couldn't be pulled on an ordinary guard. The ninja had to know that the guard was either lazy, dull-witted, or drunk. Moreover, the ninja didn't always throw the distracting object over the guard's head. Rather, he might toss it to one side or the other, depending on circumstances and the physical layout of the gate or door where the guard was stationed. In being aware of the best chance for taking action, the ninja kept 3 taboos in mind. Never look down on the enemy and underestimate his abilities. Never be afraid of the enemy and act with a lack of self-confidence. Never hesitate to take action when that is the most effective way to achieve one's aims. The thoroughness of a ninja's training is also shown by Joei on Jitsu. Joei on Jitsu. The erasing of sound and shadow. He always moved behind the light source to keep from casting a shadow. In case watchdogs were kept by the enemy guard to their camp or villa, the ninja made sure he moved to the leeward or downwind so that his scent would not be carried back to the dog, which was the most feared enemy used in detecting a ninja. To keep from making sounds, the ninja wore cotton padding in his sandals or tabi and kept away from straw or bamboo, which made a rustling sound that a dog or guard could detect. Another interesting result of the ninja's training was his ability to judge the depth of a person's sleep, which was extremely important while sneaking into a castle or villa on special night missions, whether for eavesdropping, stealing a valuable document, or assassinating an enemy general or warlord. This judgment was based on the age and size of person as well as the season of the year and the time of the night. For instance, the ninja chose spring and summer seasons for sneak attacks, since he found people grew sleepy early in spring and slept deeply after midnight in summer, tired out by the day's heat. He also knew that older people slept fewer hours. Fat people generally slept well, and thin persons lightly. He also had to be careful in autumn and winter because people are less tired during these seasons and their sleep is comparatively lighter. In addition, the ninja observed the breathing and snoring so that he could distinguish between pretended and real sleeping. Ninja learned that real snoring has an irregular sequence, while false snoring has a regular sequence of breathing noises.